Hi, hello. Welcome to NMS International Institute of Entrepreneurship. Today we will have a detailed study of Jeff Bezos. We all know who is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is not only the founder of Amazon, even the founder of Blue Origin. Today we will have all the studies about Jeff Bezos, how he become Jeff Bezos, how he grew from so level to so high level, and how he become the world's largest and the richest person, defeating all the fears. So first of all, we are starting from his full name. Jeff Bezos as Jeffrey Preston Bezos is an American internet entrepreneur, industrialist, media proprietor, investor. He is best known as the co-founder, CEO, president of the multinational technology company Amazon, the first centibillionaire on the Forbes Wealth Index. Bezos has been the world's richest person since 2017 and was named the richest man in modern history after his net worth increased to $150 billion in July 2018. According to Forbes, Bezos is the first person in history to have a net worth exceeding $200 billion. Jeff Bezos was now the great man Jeff Bezos, where he was born. We will have about this. He was born in Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen, January 12, 1964. Later, he was transferred to Albuquerque, New Mexico. He has his education from Princeton University. He was a businessman, media proprietor, investor, and a computer engineer. Now we will have a detailed study about his early life. He has his early life in Albuquerque, New Mexico on January 12, 1964, the son of Jacqueline and Ted Jorgensen. Years later, her parents were divorced, and now with his new father, he had to move in Houston, Texas, where he had his early education. From early education, he was genius and he awarded much awards. He awarded world awards. He won the awards summa cum laude from Princeton University with a 4.2 GPA and a Bachelor of Science in Engineering in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. He was also a member of Phi Beta Kappa while at Princeton. Bezos was a member of Quadratic Club. In addition, he was elected Tau Beta Pi, was the president of Princeton chapter of Stone for the exploration and development of space. Now we will discuss about his early career. After Bezos graduated from Princeton University in 1986, he was offered jobs at Intel, Bell Labs, and Anderson Consulting, among others. He first worked at Fitel, a fintech telecommunication startup. This was one of the fastest telecommunication startup, and fintech was the telecommunication startup what is growing with so much high speed, where he was tasked with the building network for international trade. Bezos was promoted to head of development and director of customer service thereafter because of Wally's talented works and creations. He transited into the banking industry when he became a product manager at Bankers Trust. He worked there from 1980 to 1990. He then joined DSO & Co., a newly founded huge fund with a strong emphasis on mathematical modeling in 1990, and worked there until 1994. Bezos became DSO's fourth senior vice president at the age of 30. He was the first and the younger CEO, vice president, fourth senior vice president at the age of 30 of DSOs. Now later, the new Amazon, how he founded Amazon, and the idea of Amazon came into his mind when the year was 1993. In late 1993, Bezos decided to establish an online bookstore. He left his job at DSO and founded Amazon in his garage on July 5, 1994, after writing its business plan on a cross-country drive from New York City to Seattle. Bezos initially named his company Cadabra. Cadabra was the initial name what he gave, but later changed his name to Amazon after the Amazon River in South America, in part because the name begins with the letter A, which is at the beginning of the alphabet. He accepted an estimated $3 lakh from his parents and invested in Amazon. He warned many early investors that there was a 70% chance that Amazon would fail or go bankrupt. Although Amazon was originally an online bookstore, Bezos had always planned to expand to other products. 3 years later, after Bezos founded Amazon, he took it publicly with an initial public offering. In response to critical reports from Fortune and Barron's, Bezos maintained that the growth of internet would overtake competition from larger book retailers such as Borders and Barnes Nobles, which were the most competitors of Amazon in that time. In 1998, Bezos diversified into the online sale of music and video, and by the end of the year, he had expanded the company's product to include a variety of other consumer goods. Bezos used the $54 million raised during the company's 1997 equity offering to finance aggressive acquisition of smaller competitors. In 2000, Bezos borrowed $2 billion from banks as its cash balance dipped to only $350 million. In 2002, Bezos led Amazon to launch Amazon Web Series, which compiled data from weather channels and website traffic. In late 2002, rapid spending from Amazon caused its financial distress when revenue stagnated. After the company nearly went bankrupt, he closed distribution centers and laid off 14% of the Amazon workforce. In 2003, Amazon rebounded from financial instability and turned a profit of $400 million. In November 2007, Bezos launched the Amazon Kindle. According to 2008 Time profile, Bezos wished to create a diverse that allow a flow state in reading similar to the experience of a video game. He was the first person who thought to bring the study as enjoyable as the video games were, and so he is respected in universe so much. In 2013, Bezos secured a $600 million contract with the Central Intelligence Agency on behalf of the Amazon Web Series. In October of the year, Amazon was recognized as the one largest online shopping retailer in the world. In May 2016, Bezos sold slightly more than 1 million shares of his holdings in his company for $670 million, the largest sum he had ever raised from selling some of the Amazon stock. On August 4, 2016, Bezos sold another million of his share for $756.7 million. A year later, Bezos took on 130,000 new employees when he ramped up hiring at company distributing centers. By January 19, 2018, his Amazon stock holdings had appreciated to sell stock to raise cash for other enterprises, in particular Blue Origin. On January 2018, he was featured in Amazon Super Bowl commercial. On February 1, 2018, Amazon reported its highest ever profit with quarterly earning of $2 billion. Due to the growth of Alibaba in China, Bezos had often expressed interest in expanding in Amazon into India. On July 27, 2007, Bezos momentarily became the world's wealthiest person over Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. When his estimated net worth increased to just $90 billion, his wealth surpassed $100 billion for the first time on November 24, 2007. When he was formally designated the wealthiest person in the world by Forbes on March 6, 2018, with a net worth of $112 billion. In March 2018, Bezos dispatched Anil Agarwal, Amazon's global senior vice president, to India with $5.5 billion to localize operations throughout the company's supply chain routes. Later in his month, United States President Donald Trump accused Amazon and Bezos, especially as sales tax avoidance, misusing postal routes, and anti-competitive business practices. Amazon's share price fell down by 9% in response to President's negative comments. This reduced Bezos' personal wealth by $10.7 billion. Weeks later, Bezos recouped his losses when he academic dropped out of Stanford University. Years later, over world battle and over world fight, Bezos became the world's most and the richest person. Right now, Bezos is owner of $206 billion.